No, first off, got to thank the fans for coming out and making another electric atmosphere, and really supporting the team and doing a great job, giving us a home field advantage. Incredibly proud of our team. Awesome job getting a win over a top 10 opponent. A great squad like Auburn, and Coach Malzahn very well coached. And, I thought just a great job. I'm very happy for the team, very happy for the kids.
Questions? We'll get a mic to you. Please raise your hand. Brent.
Obviously, you used a lot of motion in the run game today. What was the reasoning behind that? What were you trying to accomplish with that?
You look at Auburn's defensive front, led by number 5 and all the other guys in the front 4 and 57, and they're one of the most stout, incredibly talented teams that I've seen on film. And to allow those guys just to get their hands in the dirt and tee off and have the linebackers play downhill, we felt that we needed to do something to neutralize their physicality and athleticism, and did that with some motions, just trying to get them running east-west, keep them off balance, and talked about before with the run game being numbers and angles. I think the motions and the formations helped us gain a numbers advantage at the point of attack.
Joe, I know before the season you talked about maybe turning Nick into more of a passer, but did you just decide, he runs well, run the ball? I mean, what did you think of his performance just running tonight and what he did, passing Tebow for the career record?
I took my coaching pills this week, and I forgot him the last 2 weeks. But no, Nick's you say any port in the storm, I guess. Obviously coming off of 2 substandard performances offensively that are below our standard, and really sitting down on Sunday and identifying the things that we needed to do to be successful relative to our personnel, and then having our scheme match our personnel, not our personnel match our scheme. And, Nick's going to continue to develop as a passer, but we feel good about our O-line. With Darrell Williams being out, we had a good next man in mentality there. But we put the ball in the hands of our playmakers. Made some timely plays in the pass game, but ultimately, as it's about production and points, and we were able to do that today.
Hey Coach, how big was recovering that fumble on the punt before the half, and then going down and scoring a touchdown there after that?
Yeah, it was great for momentum, and we talked about all 3 phases needing to contribute in a positive manner. Playing one play at a time in a championship standard, and to recover that thing and then punch it in. Not only punch it in, but on a 4th down play, which we made by a little bit there, and then just the hustle by our defense, to punch that thing out to eliminate. I thought that was another momentum-changing play in the second half. So those 2, swung the I think game back in our favor.
Joe, all the eye candy and the motions that you ran, was that something you installed this week?
It's been in our playbook. We've worked on it a little bit. But when we were talking as a staff, the guys who have been with me at Penn State, we kind of compared them to a Michigan style of defense. Donnie Brown, good friend of mine. We played them in the whiteout game last year, and felt that their front 7 was like these guys, talented and physical, and we needed to do something to neutralize that. So it's been in the playbook, but it hasn't been emphasized really until this week.
Coach, what did you see that made you feel like you could run on them with the success you had tonight? Was it something in film study, or did something happen early in the ballgame?
I think it kind of happened organically a little bit. I mean, we had we go into a game with probably a similar amount of runs and similar amount of passes. I think it was probably a little bit more streamlined this week to account for some of the formations and motions and things we were doing along those lines. But I think once we got it rolling a little bit and the kids got confidence, and we saw we were able to move it on the ground, and kind of stuck with what was working.
Tyler, going off of that, how big was this performance on the ground for y'all's confidence going forward? I mean, a lot of the talk has been, where's the running game? And then you guys come out and run for over 300 yards on what's arguably the best rush defense in the conference.
Yeah, I think it was a great confidence booster for our offense to be able to move the ball on these guys, but more importantly, across the board, a great confidence booster for our team. And you guys have heard me talk about, the ability to handle prosperity and adversity. Obviously, there were some prosperous times during the first 3 games, and we were hit with a little bit of adversity the past 2. And to me, tough times don't test your character; they reveal it. And I think our character as a team was revealed today. And you know, the messages remain consistent. So we didn't go in last Sunday and fly off the rails and try to reinvent the wheel because we lost a close football game to a very good Florida team. We're going to stick with our process. We're going to do what we do, but we're going to do it better. And that's when the kids, the message is, you know, we're not looking to, we're looking for short-term success in the season, but to build a program over the course of time that can have sustained success. And that's why when you have consistent habits, you have consistent production. When you have inconsistent habits, you have inconsistent production. And I think the kids have bought into the fact that this is the process. And when we stick to it and do the things that are necessary, you know, this can be the result. So 6 games in, we're headed in the right direction.
Joel in the back.
Coach, you ran the ball, I think, 75% of the time tonight. Did you kind of adjust your coaching style? Is that something that you made a concerted effort to do? Is that something that you may do more of going forward? I know you said you like to stay more balanced, but 75% runs, is that something that may stick going forward?
Yeah, I think, you know, looking at the self-scout numbers last week, we were on first and second down close to 65% run and 35% pass. Well, that's run calls. You know, the ball may get thrown because it's an RPO, but you know, there were times in Penn State, I look back to the Maryland game in 16 where we ran it, you know, close to 50, 60 times. So really it's a matter of, you know, to me, the dispersal of the ball to your playmakers rather than, you know, the run pass percentage. You know, I think you're more difficult to defend when you're closer to the 50-50 because it makes the defense defend the whole field and both facets of the game. But certainly if we're able to, you know, I think I said at the beginning of the year, we're able to run the ball successfully like we did tonight, then we'll err more towards, you know, that part of our game.
Joe, obviously, with 3,000 or so career rushing yards, Nick, like everyone in the entire stadium knows he's going to run the ball.
Yeah.
How does he continue to do it over and over again, and what do you just think about his performance?
No, he's a tough son of a gun now. I mean, you come in and you see him on a Sunday after a game, and he's been through the battles, and I think it's a testament to his leadership, and it's a testament to his willingness to do what it takes for the offense and the team to be successful. Because, you know, 6'4", 235-pound guys who can throw the ball over a mountain, you know, they want to throw the ball, but, you know, that's, you know, right now not a part of our game that's going to help us win as much as the running. So that's why he's like the captain, because he's selfless and he cares more about the team than individual success. So you know, I think it speaks volumes of his willingness to do what it takes for us to be successful.
Okay.
You alternated Tyree and Greg at tackle, and Darrell Williams obviously being out. Just assess the play of the offensive line tonight.
Yeah, they're a very prideful group. You know, when you come off a couple of weeks where you're not able to run it very well and you have some issues protecting, it hurts me and it hurts them. And I know Coach Johnson's done a great job developing them, and I don't think the body of work over the last 2 games was representative of our ability. So for Michael Story to go in, I think Darian Parker was in there for a little bit. You know, Tyree, you know, and Darrell really didn't practice much at all this week. You know, all those guys, and you know, like you say, it's a line of scrimmage football league. I think we did a good job at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball today.
Steve up front.
Coach Shute made a comment this week about good is only good enough until better is required. Do you feel like you got a better effort from your defense tonight, holding them out of the end zone?
I think the defense has been playing very, very well. I think we saw some things today, create turnovers, create more 3-and-outs, shortening the field up for the offense, giving us you know, an opportunity where we didn't have to drive, you know, 90 or 80 every time. So that's, to me, great complementary football. We're all 3 parts of the game, you know, feed off of each other. And you know, I've been really pleased with, you know, Coach Shute, the defensive staff, and you know, really our defense has played very well this year.
Describe what you saw on the forced fumble recovery at the line.
At when they fumbled?
Yes, sir.
I couldn't really, from my vantage point, I really couldn't see what happened until it was up on the screen. It looked like when he was reaching it out, there was air between his forearm and the ball, and you couldn't see that his other hand was engaged with the ball. So, good call.
David.
On that play as well, what does it say that a guy like Spenderman and just did not give up the play and kept chasing the guy down to force a turnover after you've been asking this defense to force plays like that?
Yeah, that's phase 2 of you know, our recipe for success, effort. You know, you prepare well during the week, you give fanatical effort for 60 minutes, and you execute your scheme better than the team does theirs. So, you those guys, they fly the ball. I mean, they're really a physical, fast, tough defense, and hopefully that plays representative of what we're going to be moving forward.
I know you'd like to run for 350 yards every game, but
That'd be awesome.
You know the reality is it probably won't happen. Was there anything in the passing game tonight that caught your eye or could be improved upon?
Yeah, we hit once again a concerted effort to run some more quick game. Run some more screens. Get the ball out of our hand quick to help the tackle. So those are some things that we wanted to do. Now, I could fill a blackboard with pass plays that are going to get open down the field and attack the coverages that the defense is playing, but that's only part of it. You have to protect, you have to get open, you have to throw. So against this defense, it was just as good against the pass as they were against the run. We felt this was our best path to success.
Tom, all the way to the back.
Coach, we talked about confidence with your team after a win like this, but this being your first SEC win as head coach, what does it do for your confidence?
My confidence never wavered. I lack a lot of things. Confidence is not one of them. And I think that's what's great about our team, that we didn't flinch, we didn't cower in the face of adversity, we didn't pout. We went out on Sunday this week and watched the film from the week before and moved forward. But that being said, obviously the momentum of beating the top 10 team at home, carrying that into a bye week where you feel good being 4-2, and then having a huge test on the road in 2 weeks, beats the alternative.
Two more, Tyler, right here.
You mentioned it earlier about going for it on 4th down right before the half there. Was there any hesitation in that call, and just how big was that moving forward? It really feels like it set the tone for the second half.
Yeah. It was, Nick, he found a way to get in there. I thought that was important for us to get in the end zone there and notch a score and kind of get the, like you said, the momentum, knowing that we were going to get the ball in the second half, and we kind of drove right down, and I think we scored a field goal the first shot of the second half. There was less hesitation on that one than the one that we went for in the fourth quarter and did get. And I actually asked Shoop, I clicked over on the phone, and I said, hey, what do you want to do? He said, go for it. And that was kind of fired me up, wish we had got it. But that's what's great. It'd be easy for him to say punt it, so they played a long field. But I think that's great about our staff. A bunch of guys pulling the rope in the same direction.
Last one, Robbie.
Hey Joe,
hey, Robbie.
with the bye week coming up, you get another week to deal with a lot of those guys. Do you feel like Jamal's close to getting back, and also Daryl, and what's the situation with Brian Cole?
Jamal is kind of the same thing. He was out indefinitely. I would progress that to day-to-day heading into the bye week. So we'll go through this week, kind of see how he progresses. Then, what's that? Monday, press conference. Monday.
We'll have an available Tuesday.
Well, I'll update you on Monday of that game week where he is. And Brian Cole, we didn't find out about the severity of that until a little bit later in the week. So he's kind of day-to-day too. Upper body.
Great. Thank you. We have players right out.